to this microphone. I don't want to speak when it is very far. Good morning, viewers across the continent of Africa and in the globe, in Russia, in Ukraine. Thank you very much. This is a Good Friday, the Friday after the arrest, betrayal of Jesus Christ 2,000 years ago. The event, the day, looks exactly the day when they said you will see clouds and you will know the Son of God has gone. When it comes to 3 p.m. East African Standard Time, when I grew up in a Bible Society scenario, I was being told that 3 p.m. you stand still or you start praying, kneel down and pray. That's what I will do at 3 p.m. East African Standard Time exactly. I will kneel and pray because I'm still in East Africa. Even if I have been away in the United Kingdom for a long time, I translate it into the time of Jerusalem, where Jesus was crucified, and pray. So don't forget at 3 p.m. today, even when you look in the sky will not be the same. That is the symbol. That's how we grew up, knowing that religion is one factor that shapes humanity. The children of today, the behaviors that we reflect, that are reflected in our children today, are the behaviors that have fallen short of receiving education, religious knowledge, which was a subject that was discussed very highly in schools. Thank you very much. This show this morning is going to be MATSANGA Africa Perspective. And on this show, I will endeavor to show the rise and the fall of the Hasola Nation and its party. I will rise and show that the most arrogant guys who have been insulting Uhuru Kenyatta have been told quietly, silently, that you have no place here. I'll rise and say, I am vindicated, and I told you that this will fall on an iceberg. It's a sinking ship, a Titanic ship going to hit the iceberg. Arise and say, there will be very many independent MPs and MCAs in the next government than ever before. I rise and say, going by the stats that we saw on the ground, Raila Amolo Odinga is poised to win the general elections. I'll also rise and say that the mountain will not vote the way Ruto commands it. They will vote differently. And thank you very much, Daniel, for coming on the show. You will assist me as I dissect through all these, any questions that you have. Today, let's change the format. Ask me, I will answer you. But the most serious matter that I want to bring as I introduce my panel is the question of negotiated democracy. Negotiated democracy can have an impact on the outcome of the general elections of 2022. If you go on negotiating and swapping candidates, the people could reject. Why is it that in the mountain, people rejected? They didn't turn up. There were some ballot papers in the mountain that were returned, that were not used. Nobody appeared to mark the paper. That should worry anybody who just pump around these countries in Africa that he is a very good man, he's going to win the presidency. They could not come back and vote. They are like a Baganda, they are like a Shona, like a Ashanti, like a Zulu, like a Bemba, the Bemba of Congo. They don't want. If they don't want, they don't want. They will not come. Yes. They are like the Tigray. Those are the big Oromo. If they say we don't want you, we don't want you. And you can't go on insulting their child in their own place and telling their child that you are a very terrible person. You should not be part and parcel of us. You did this, you did that, their child. The impact is going to be felt heavy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is MATSANGA Africa Perspective. On the panel today is Daniel Wesonga. Good morning.
A very good morning to you, Dr. Matsanga David, at our Political Command Center in Mombasa. Good morning to my fellow colleague panelists. Good morning to our viewers in Nairobi, Kenya, Africa, and the rest of the globe who are watching us this particular morning. It is my pleasure to be on the panel this particular Friday morning.
Good morning, viewers. That is Daniel Wesonga, our investigative journalist, who has done a lot of pieces for us. Good morning. Good morning, Glabel Kirago.
A very good morning to you, Doc. Good morning to my fellow panelists, and good morning to our viewers.
Where are you now?
Sorry, I'm reporting from Ruiru, that is in Kiambu County.
People want, please don't be gloomy. That's not your way. Your way is very nice. It makes people happy. It makes my heart happy. How are you?
I'm very fine. I'm not gloomy. I'm not gloomy.
Now that is it. That is the Gladwell herself. Thank you very much. Gladwell Kiragu from Ruiru. Has Mwaura gone through?
Actually, he lost it yesterday. We're now looking upon Kingara. Mwaura is out.
Oh, that's one of the topics we are going to pick on. There are very few people. There are people who have been insulting the first family of the first president. And Mwaura was one of those with a very long mouth. So we don't know where he's going to take his long mouth again. But thanks God, you answered the prayers. I also have some people that I have been, whether they are on the other side, that I wouldn't like them to come near the government money, whether whichever side it is, and they have lost. I am very happy this morning that some of them have lost, and I'm waiting for more to lose. Yes, that is very good. Gladwell. Marine, you seem to be on the road all the way to Naivasha. Is that the location from your telephone?
Yes. Good morning, Dr. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, I'm on my way to Limuru as we speak.
Yeah, to Limuru, and after that, you will go to Naivasha. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, because your telephone shows so. What do you think?
Yes, Dr.
Tell us, you are our journalist. We need to know where you are. You are going, you are on the move. And we don't know. We know you will be ending up in Naivasha after the Muru. There's nothing in the Muru on a day like this that can keep very well organized clandestine journalists like you. You must be going down the hill to go and enjoy.
Yes, Dr. I have to find out what is going on with my area, my connected area, with my people, my Kiambu people. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you very much.
You are not going to be eating only with Kiambu people. You are going to meet all Kenyans in Naivasha.
Yes.
Are you surprised that I know you are going to Naivasha?
I am surprised, actually, but I'm not entirely surprised.
But I'm a veteran, so
yes.
Thank you very much. Kiragu, are you the only one left in Iruiru? People are going this side.
Yes, East or West home is the best.
Oh, no. Okay, thank you very much. Paul,
yes,
my dear brother, thank you very much. First, I want to apologize, but I will apologize not on the show. But on a Friday of this nature, I don't want to say many words, but see, let God give us a way out. It will be there. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
I'm okay.
The petrol has been raised. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
How come that everybody in Easter, people are gloomy? What is going on? Cheer up. Thank you very much. Good morning. This is Dr. David Matsanga, he myself, on the show, Matsanga Africa Perspective. Let's go. The rise and the fall of Jubilee? No. The rise and the fall of ODM? No. The rise and the fall of the Hustler nation. The dream, the Hustler dream seemed to be crumbling. By the end of the day, when Ruto counts the number of votes that came from the mountain, he will go to the toilet 3 times to say, why did I spend this money? People were looking for money and Ruto did not see. There are ballot for sure, I've never seen it in history. At least a rat or a cat would come and scratch the boxes. But there are some ballot boxes in Kiambu that were returned unmarked, not even opened. That is where the situation, where it is, what it is, that's what we want to discuss. The fall of Hustler Nation. Are there hustlers there? Who are the hustlers? Is there any hustler there in this group? I saw one lady from Bomet. Everybody has taken a picture. They are even going to scare her from standing for elections because the way she looked, people were saying, aha, this is the only lady who looked more or less of a hustler. She beat men. Actually, she beat very serious men there who cried tears. Let's look at some of the examples of people who have cried tears yesterday. One woman cried tears who said he will send Baba to Bondo. He has been sent. She has been sent very early. She even said she can't even think about it. The fall of so many families. We told you, and we have been telling you that Ruto's aim, you know what it is? Is to break people's families. He went to Tobiko, he broke the family of Tobiko. Paris Tobiko was disagreed with the husband. She's now wallowing. Oh my, oh mama. Another one, Kate Waiguru, moved from here to there to this. What does it tell you about the Hustler Nation, the Songa? What do you think about this man? This is the same strategy he uses. He doesn't want brilliant MPs. He does not want brilliant MCAs. If he wants, why is it then Ruto has been negotiating democracy for Mount Kenya people and the other areas, but Ruto has not been negotiating democracy for the Rift Valley, for his own home? Why? I want you people on the panel to tell me, each of you to tell me the answer. Let me begin with Songa.
Thank you so much, Dr. Matsanga David. And of course, the chaos witnessed yesterday in various UDA nominations actually is a manifest of the kind of disorganization, the kind of dishonesty and undemocratic nature of the party itself. And today in the morning, we've seen even whatever has happened in the in Nandi County, where the nominations for the MP ballot papers have been kicked and scattered everywhere in the main tallying center. And therefore, as we speak right now, there is nothing in progress in regards to the MP contest in Nandi, because goods have come into the tallying center and have been able to scatter the votes that had been counted, that had been submitted rather before into the tallying center for the purpose of being able to determine the various candidates who are gonna fly the various tickets in the various constituencies in Nandi County. And therefore, we saw even that happening in Embu County and many other parts of the country. We are seeing most aspirants actually wailing and weeping on the kind of shortchanging that has happened. And it's good you've mentioned about Tobiko, Peris Tobiko, who was a very well-serving MP in Kajiado County. And before she met with William Ruto and agreed to shift to UDA party, actually she was a well-to-do person, so well good in marriage and quite a good working relationship, even with his brother, the CS Keriako Tobiko. But her move to UDA changed the dynamics even with her family, only for her to be abandoned yesterday by the man she really banked on and the party that she put all her hopes in, that is the UDA party. That tells you that, you know, these are party that is full of deception. These are party that does not believe even in women leadership. We saw the other day during the inking of the Kenya Kwanza Coalition party agreement, we had no single woman representative in the team that was actually sitting on the table. So to me, Dr. Matsanga, I believe all those chaos, all those wrangles in UDA, coupled up with the low voter turnout in Mount Kenya region, I believe it is actually a reverberation of something worse to come for William Ruto. Because remember, this is the same region where the Jubilee Party was able to garner more than 45% voter turnout in their nominations in 2017. And remember, the lowest was 44 in Embu, and the highest was actually 55 in Murang'a County. And yesterday's turnout was actually something to cause worry among the UDA stalwarts, because as per the statistics, I believe it was something, I think, below even 10%, because you find out that maybe here in Nairobi, I was able to get the statistics for a constituency, let's say, for example, the Dagoretti South constituency, where Honorable KJ Kiari comes from. It has a total number of voters of above 50,000 voters. But the people who came out to do to participate in the nominations were a paltry 5,000 voters. So that tells you that is a number below 2% of voter turnout. So what will have made these people not to come out to participate in the nomination of their favorite party, as they would have wanted us to believe? It simply means that UDA has been always a fraud. It has always been a mirage that has no actual numbers on the ground. And the crowd that they actually maybe boast about might not even be maybe their real voters when when the show comes to push. And I do campaign in marketplaces. So if they do not sit down and they do a proper sieving and auditing of their numbers, they might wake up to a very rude shock on the 9th of August. They might just realize that perhaps UDA does not, the mirage of UDA does not really exist. Whatever was there during COVID season has actually evaporated when the real ground has started now speaking. And that is why perhaps we see, even in yesterday's nominations across the country, there was a lone turnout of voters, and key individuals, like you mentioned, have actually been sent home. So that tells you that UDA is an unpopular party. Its leaders are unpopular people, and therefore there's nothing actually substantial that could actually hinder Azimio from forming the next government in the name of UDA, Dr. Matsanga. I submit.
Thank you very much, Daniel. For those points, nothing much to see, nothing. Is there anything positive that you have learned out of this graduate?
Thank you, Doc. Let me start with Kiambu, because yesterday I spent almost the whole day in Kiambu. And Doc, as we speak now, there's confusion in Kiambu. And according to yesterday's turnout and yesterday's results, by evening, Wamatangi, the senator, was leading, but currently, as we can see, Wainaina Wajango is leading. Yesterday, we could see Lois Kim was leading as the women rep, but currently it is Anwa Morada who is leading. So there's confusion, and there's a game that is being played that you're not understanding. Another thing with the UDA nomination, there are so many question marks in this nomination. And another thing, so many people, like, yes, for example, Godfrey Wayaki Mosheke, who won the Kalimoni, that is Juja MCA. He won through rigging. And what happened? He could bribe the people so that he could be voted in. And this is only happening during the nomination. So what are these people capable of doing during the election if they are able to do it with the mere nominations? Let me talk of somebody like Njogu and Njoroge. Njogu left, he was an anchor in Kameme, somebody who was getting paid 1.2 million. But what happened when his dad passed on, and I'm sorry to bring back the story, the president stood up with him and cleared the bill and sorted him out. But we can see he's also an ungrateful one. What he did, he went against the president's back. He insulted the president. And what we said that in Kikuyu, we say, Mudhamaki Darumago, you can never insult a leader, a God-chosen leader, and more so of a president, and you expect to receive results and the favors. And that's why these people, most of the UDA, the people who had the hopes are getting disappointment, the likes of Ketu Arogoro, and the likes of Sosion, Paul Murege, who was bought a car and presented a car by the president, and he's now insulting the president. You can never insult a chosen leader of most of a president, despite how bad or good he is, and you expect favors because he's chosen directly from God. So what I'm saying, what I've learned with this UDA, nominations, to me, if they're able to rig in and steal and bribe, and it is just the nomination. So what are these people capable of doing? With William Ruto, I think it's high time the Mount Kenya people, I think we should have learned from yesterday's nomination. We need to open our eyes as the Mount Kenya nomination. Why can't we ask ourselves, why does he want the people who are not thumbed, who are, intellectuals to fit in those positions? Why is he doing away with the bright people? He's just bringing, let me say, sorts of cowards in the group to win up. So I think Mount Kenya, this should be our eye opener. We need to ask ourselves questions, and we need to see that we're being misled. I submit.
You need to ask yourselves questions, and you need to vote very maturely. Come 2022 August, vote maturely. Marine.
Yes,
Tana, tell us more. What lessons have you learned from? She said she has learned a lesson. What lessons have you learned?
Yes, Dr. Thank you very much. One lesson I could say that I've learned from all this situation with UDA is that you can make a lot of noise, but when push comes to shove, we've seen with numbers. Yesterday, I went to different polling stations, and I was very shocked by the outcome of the people that went to vote. People are not interested. You could hear people talking around. They're like, I'm not voting. They're not really interested with the whole activity. And I also noticed it was not more of a bribe, but when you're going to every gate or every door, there was someone standing there telling you who to vote, of which I don't think that is allowed at all. UDA should be very worried right now. Like Gladwell still said, they want to Bongolala. People who don't, they're choosing people who are not really tangible or practical about, or don't know a lot about what is going on with UDA and Azimio and all that. So they're just wanachukua tu watu wenye they're not, should I say strong or active? They're choosing those kind of people, and that's why they're failing greatly. So I'm glad that MT Debes make the loudest noise, because you'll make all the noise, but we have seen practically, and the numbers don't lie. I submit, Daktari.
Okay, thank you very much. The numbers don't lie. Are the numbers sleeping? Are the numbers waiting to rise? When are they rising? I don't think so. There's not much time. Paul Onyango.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm okay.
Tell us any lessons you learned from the voting.
My take is this. When we study the conundrum and the fallacy around bottom up, those candidates who have been causing confusion, causing chaos, manipulating the exercise, they were not the hustlers. They belong to a different group. So, what we can conclude, hustler was just a slogan to attract the valuable, to attract the, for lack of a better word, maybe the less fortunate in the society, who are prone to the manipulation by the political activists. So in this particular exercise that we saw from beginning the other day up to today, UDA will have a lot of problems, especially the people they are nominating for political election exercise that is due on in August. If you take very weak people to represent you in Parliament and the County Assembly, for one, they are not going to represent you. They are just going to sit and earn salaries. The Kenyans who are going to vote for them will not get the value for their money or value for their vote. In other words, we are taking back ourselves to the old age. We need to take people who know what is required of them. They should represent what the society needs are. When we just vote in people, or we take people for an exercise of election for the sake of it, because somebody wants to manipulate everybody in the country, it means that we are going down the drain. We are not going to be where we are. So it's going to be very unfortunate if the populace are going to select these people, are going to elect the people who are being selected in UDA. It is going to be a very big shame in this country, because these people are not going to work. They are going to be the business of stealing, from the poor. They will be going to be tenderpreneurs in government business. So UDA has really let people down. They have been sloganeering, but the opportunity they had was to give the people what they want. Another thing, when you see a political party, it is all chaos of manipulation of the results. It's just a tip of the iceberg. We need to look at IBC right now at the end of this exercise. The relationship that will in between the party called UDA and IBC officials. If the same exercise will be repeated again in in our general election that is due in August. We need to be watchful. If UDA as a party might be an attempt to do the same thing in the general election, it will be a very, very big setback in our country. I submit.
Okay. Wesonga, as I come to read the headlines, Azimio power lineup here. Sorry about this. Azimio power lineup, and most of you might not have seen the headlines. That says Azimio's power lineup includes Kalonzo, Gideon, Hassan Joho, Sabina Chege, Naume Shaban, Council Member Martha Karua, Charity Ngilu, Wafula Wamunyinyi, Abdi Nufara, and Junaid Mohammed. For ODM has got 2 representatives, Jubilee Party 2 representatives, and Wiper Party 1, and Martha Karua 1, Charity 1, Wafula Wamunyinyi 1. And the council chairman who summons council meetings if there is any chaos. Yes, that is the president, His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. If the government goes, if they win, should the party win August election, which they will win. So what are the comments on these 11 names? Anybody who has a comment? Is that a fair deal now so far?
Thank you so much, Dr. Matsanga. And I was able to see the names on that particular list. And I'm happy soul this morning that even the young people were considered. I could see my brother Solomon Kuria, who has been very combative in advocating for the matters to do with the Jubilee Party being selected. But better still, it is the representation of women which has been given a very big margin on that particular list. We are having Martha Wangari Karua, and we are having Charity Ngilu, we are having the likes of Sabina Chege, Dr. Naomi Shaban, and many more. That tells you that Azimio is very conscious on every spectrum of the society. It has been able to include the youth, it has been able to include the women, who actually in the next parliament, we are looking forward to have the two-thirds gender rule actually applied to parliament, so that we are able to have more women into parliament. And I hope the BBI agenda will actually be revived once the Azimio team actually takes the reins of power. But one more important thing perhaps that came out on that particular list is that this list is a representation of the entire country. It is not just perhaps a face of 2 communities like we've seen in UDA, where a majority of the gatekeepers are from Rift Valley, with only maybe a few people from Mount Kenya region, and the rest of the country actually is left in the darkness. So that tells you that Azimio is the coalition of the willing, and being that it is the next government, then it has already taken into the picture the kind of government that they want to bring on board, an all-inclusive government in terms of gender, in terms of people with disability, in terms of young people, and in terms of even people who are bureaucrats, the academicians, who can be able to bring proper strategy and a winning formula to the team. So I think that is quite an impressive list out there, Dr. Matsanga, and I'm very, very optimistic, even when it comes to the sharing of government and appointment of various leaders in government. Azimio coalition will do better than what UDA would have done had they won the general election. So to me, I think that is a reflection of the days to come, perhaps under the leadership of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga and our able President, His Excellency President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. I submit.
Okay. Any comments on this headline? Because I'm reading deep down to find out more names that some that I wanted to see. I can see any comment on this on these names. Is that the right way to solve this conflict now? Gladwell?
Yes, I think in that list, I'm liking the way they've done it because as Songa said, there's balancing in Azimia in the Jubilee government. We can see women, the youth have been given a space. And like in the Kenya Kwanza Alliance, whereby when they were signing the deal, we could only see they were the men. And another thing, Daktari, something I'm also, there's something I'm seeing currently also in Ruiru. And a topic has just arose. What is the meaning of a hustler? Because someone just asked me when the nominations were being done, did you see any Mama Mboga? Did you see any Boda guy vying for the position? Was there any Mama Mboga? Because that is the term the hustler king normally uses. I mean, the Mama Mbogas, the Boda guys. Was there anybody who does the small business who rose and got nominated? I think there is none. So I think one of my brothers said the term hustler was just a manipulation. So what I'm still pledging and urging the Mount Kenya people, can we wake up? Can we Kiambu people, Kiambu, I can see we are almost making a great mistake. A mistake that will eat us for the next 5 years. My Kiambu people, can we wake up? Can we see beyond our nose? Because I'm not liking the way Kiambu is doing things. Yes.
You are not liking the way Kiambu is doing things. They are doing it.
Yes, because the leaders
Go ahead, Gladwell. Go ahead.
Yes, the leaders I can see being chosen. I mean, Daktari, it's like testing your uncle for snake to bite you twice. I don't know why Kiambu people we are being brainwashed. As we talk right now, I know our jungle is leading against Wamatangi. They are actually cutting ties. So Kiambu people, we are making a great mistake, a mistake that we will regret for the next 5 years to come.
Maina wa Jango, who is this? This guy who changed colors.
Wainaina wa
Jango, he's called.
Wainaina wa Jango, when he started, he had his own party. He then later went to Jubilee and later he's in UDA. So he's just been a scapegoat too.
It's called Patrick Wainaina.
Patrick Wainaina. Yeah, but we shall bring better candidates from Jubilee, hopefully to oust them. Yeah, the popularity there is not good. This morning I was shocked. I saw a former MP for Limuru, where you are, a very great friend of mine, an engineer somebody. He's also in yellow colors. Oh, Jesus Christ. A former MP. Did you see him on TV? Some of these people have embarrassed themselves. But anyhow, that is what politics is. People have decided to go their way. Let's talk about tears, chaos, delays, names, cries, crying. Marine, do you cry? Marine.
Daktari, you should see the number. I don't want to embarrass myself, but I cry for my country a number of times. I know people don't do that, but at times I'd sit like this and wonder what, especially now, I'm sorry to say, my pain is still in Kiambu. The fact that people didn't come out to vote yesterday, we are confused, Daktari. Talk to your friends, please. Talk to your friends. Some are jumping from Jubilee, going to UDA. We are confused. Yes, I cry, Daktari. I do cry.
Why did you go a long time to take a long way? Gladwell, do you cry?
Yes, I cry on important occasions.
Like important occasions like losing a vote?
Yes, like Kiambu people being stupid, and I'm sorry to use that word because that is what we are doing.
Have you ever cried tears coming because the country is going in a wrong direction?
Yes, and currently everybody should be crying and on your knees praying, because the way the things are going and the direction we are taking, we should regret.
Paul, do you cry?
For me, I can say I'm halfway. I've not started, but I'm about.
I don't know. That is very serious. You're about to cry.
Yes.
Okay. Wesonga, do you cry?
Doc, they say men.
Gladwell, your phone, Gladwell. Yes.
Yes,
I have not completed my statement.
Oh, okay. Wesonga, hold on. Let Paul complete his statement. Do you cry?
Okay. What I'm so sad. I'm so sad about what is happening in some parts of the country, especially where areas where there are chaos and they are fighting all over. People are getting hurt for no reason because of politics. Because people have been engineered in one way or the other. Some politicians use money to create chaos. They make other people get hurt for no reason. It's very bad. It's a very bad culture. We need to refrain from this. It has been happening for a long time, but we need to refrain from it. It's a very bad habit. It means that we are not thinking ahead. We need to have peace. We need to take care of each other. We need not to fight because of politics. Politics happens once in a day. Life continues. We need not to kill one another or hurt one another today, because you need that brother, that neighbor, that your friend, that other person you call a colleague, or you can call him a friend, or you go to school together, or you work together. You always board a bus together. All of us, we need one another. But when it comes to the extent whereby, when it comes to politics, we need to fight, we need to hurt one another, it's a very bad habit. That's why I'm saying I'm about to cry. Even though maybe in many parts of where I come from, the chaos can be, I think this time around, they're very minimal. In those other, every year, those other years, the past years, it has been very intensive. But I'm praying that this time they should be very minimal. That's my take.
Okay. Thank you very much, Onyango. You cry only when you are pressed. I have a reason why I'm asking God. Let me come to Mr. Wesonga.
Thank you so much, Dr. Masanga. And of course, in the African way, they say that men only cry in the rain, but literally, actually, everyone cries. And we sometimes also cry when things are not going our way. And more so, I've had my fellow panelists talking about the wrong direction these countries headed to. And we can say that we must cry for Kenya. We must cry for her children. We must cry for its future, because if things continue going that way, chaotic situation and sins being seen everywhere, then it only spells a disaster for this country. And the only thing we can do is just weep and cry for Kenya. And for so many occasions, Dr. Masanga, on this particular forum, you talked about how even Kenya and Africa at large is falling into the trap of people who are outside forces, people who come here and pour NGO money and corrupt our systems and make our leaders to have a hard time to actually drive our countries to economic prosperity and make everything ungovernable, so that at the end of the day, the people will raise against the leadership of the day and initiate a regime change. So if we make ourselves to be vulnerable, to be susceptible to this kind of manipulation, I think it's a very, very sorry state of affairs, Dr. Masanga. And to answer your question, yes, sometimes I sit down and I look at my country. I look at the lies that are being spread by a certain political class. When you look at someone like a deputy president who is earning a salary from the government, who sits in the budget committee, only for him to come out and talk badly about the same budget, whereas he would have had the opportunity to actually solve and salvage the situation together with the president and the minister that they share in a 50-50 basis, then it leaves nothing but tears in the eyes of Kenyans. So I think, Dr. Masanga, I also cry sometimes when I see this country going into the wrong direction, simply because someone has greed, and they are actually seeking for self-aggrandizement through their own narrative, and in the process actually be able to malign the name of the country, insult the president, and demean the highest office of this land. Dr. Matsanga, I submit.
Thank you very much. Now, this week, lots and lots of Christians have been crying. Lots and lots of tears have been flowing. Lots and lots of changes have been taking place. 2,000 years ago, when Jesus decided to ask for a donkey, a new donkey that has never gone to the farm, what does that help you as a Kenyan, as an African, as a Ugandan, as a Libyan, as a Somali? Yes, I cry. But there are two occasions when I cry, or three. The first occasion is when I find a friend whom I have told on a number of occasions that the route that you are taking is very wrong. And I find him go there and get stuck there. I cry. The second occasion when I cry is when a certain hymn, where Songa should know it, until we meet again. I don't know hymn number what in the Bible. That hymn, finally, all this church service, Matsanga never sheds a tears. But Matsanga sheds tears on that hymn when they say, God keep you until we meet again. That's when my tears come. Today, 2,000 years ago in Jerusalem, Jesus is going to be put on trial in a few hours, and maybe 1 hour from now. And the people of Jerusalem at that time decided to go for release Barabbas. The people of Kenya decided to choose Ruto and go for UDA, and they said Jesus is a bad man. Ruto made his party to have elections on the day of betrayal, so that the Kenyans can see today whom they should release. Have you seen the meaning I'm coming with? That song, Until We Meet Again, is one of the songs that propels all the anger. And if I may pose a question here and ask, Gladwell, you are a very good church goer. You reach the church at exactly 27 minutes past the hour. If the church is at 10, you reach there 9:33. Gladwell, am I wrong?
You're very right.
Marine, how often do you go to church?
Yes, Dr.
How often do you go to church? And what you always arrive when the priest has started, or you arrive 15 minutes?
If I could be completely honest, I am not, I'm spiritual.
But you don't go to church?
No.
Do you cry?
Yes.
Okay. Just hold your faith. Daniel, you're a church goer. I don't need to ask you whether you go to church or not. But you're a Christian.
Yes, exactly.
You always do assignments.
Yes.
You always enter 7 minutes to the assignment time. Why?
Yes. Because of the commitment to God, and yeah, I think that is just that honor and commitment.
So do you prepare yourself? Are you, the point I'm raising here, preparation. Are you prepared to cry when the tears spring out? What time does it come? How does it come? Why do you carry handkerchief, for example? Is it for sweat?
Not really. You do
I'm
not
taking
know
you to psychology lessons today, Onyango.
Yeah.
Psychology. Why do you carry a handkerchief? Why should an old man like me always pocket handkerchief?
To prepare to cry.
Yes, for any eventuality, you never know how the day will end.
That's good, Onyango.
You may come across tear gas.
That is very true. Graduate.
I agree. I might come across tear gas too.
Okay. In the Bible, when was Jesus more angrier? You have read the Bible from when he was 12 years, came as a carpenter's son, left Nazareth, went to Nazareth or Jerusalem, what all this? When was he more angrier?
When he found a den of thieves trading in the church.
Onyango,
the house of the Lord.
Onyango, you have scored what is in my head. I think you are reading my brain very fast. The most time when Jesus was upset, and the last act of Jesus Christ on earth was a fight against corruption and the thieves and killers and money launderers, and every time defiant, they were in the church. All this time, even the betrayal, he knew what was coming. What prompted Jesus to be happy, prepared? Jesus did not carry a handkerchief. Did you see him with a handkerchief? He was preparing himself. But he wanted to leave one sign to us. As we see the rise and the fall of a kingdom of imaginary hustlers, the people who have taken over the party are not hustlers. The people who have taken over the party are the people that Ruto wants, who are yes men, 14,000 votes for Oscar Sudi. A Matatu talked. A man who said Matatu, Kibira, Kawangware, 14,000 votes. Kapsaret, Bungoma, tunabaki watu wawili, Bungoma, kuja. This guy has got 14,000 votes. Surely, Jesus was prepared. Are we prepared as Africans? I want now to tell you when I cry the second time. The other time when I cry is when I see Africa doing wrongly, going wrong direction. At times I sit down and I say, how on earth would Nkrumah, Nyerere, Sekuture, Mugabe see a small man, a comedian, president of most of Ukraine, saying, I want to talk to you on phone. You be assembled in African Union. Have you ever heard of that? It means we have lost value. We have lost value. I've never seen an ambassador of a country in the world requesting an African parliament. An African parliament can only be addressed by another head of state, not an ambassador accredited to eat our food and the chai and the milk and the women. In the riverside, and I say, I want to address your parliament. Have we become so cheap? What cheapened our lives? That we celebrate, we select people who are coming to destroy us. We use people. Do you not see that Ruto has technically eliminated anybody in that party who can oppose him? Jesus did not do that. Jesus knew he was going to be betrayed. He said, amongst you that I'm eating food with, there is one. He could have pointed out, and you imagine what would have happened. The other disciples would pull out swords and kill him. But Jesus kept quiet. He said, amongst us, we have a person who is going to kill us. Kill me tonight, betray me, sell me for little money. It is going to happen today. Another point is when Jesus was very angry with Herod. You remember the man whom he's going to be taken to today. Very angry with Herod. Even Herod was hungry. Well, Jesus was hungry. The only other occasion when he was very angry, not hungry, angry with Herod. He told him, Herod, you try me and you'll see. He became human. On this show, we have done our best. This is our Easter. We don't need to, we have seen the news coming out of Azimio. We needed also to take time to listen to the preacher, Pastor MATSANGA. That there is hope. But that hope in this country relies on courage, not manipulation. That's the message I wanted to bring. Courage, not manipulation. If you want to manipulate this election, which I personally, I don't want to hide it to you. I don't believe there is going to be a free and a fair election. I have made my stand very clear. If I'm wrong, I don't want Kenyans to say I am saying wrongly, but that is the truth of the matter. There might not be a free and a fair election. We have only prepared not an election, we have prepared a battlefield for fighting after 10th of August. The two contenders are men whom you cannot bully around. They have always been on one side, and they have given us the hardest time. Onyango and I used not to meet. But now politics has made us meet. Isn't it so, Onyango? It was, Onyango was throwing jabs for me. But here we are. There is a reason as to why people cry. And that reason why these women cried is they invested in a wrong direction. Once you invest, like Ruto said, he has invested in heaven, he will cry. Because heaven does not want Jew to be a Jew and sell the Gentiles, steal the money of the Gentiles, and say, I am the richest. No. No. Let's have your closing remarks. Let me begin with Onyango.
What I can say, so far, I would like to thank God for giving us life, protection since the beginning of New Year. I'm asking for more blessings to continue protecting us Kenyans as we prepare for general election, and also praying for the rest of Kenyans and the world at large. They be blessed over this Easter holiday.
Yes. Marine. Marine, you are parting short. Yes, Marine, you're
Sorry
parting.
about that. Yes, Dr. Thank you. My parting shot will be this Easter. Thank you very much, Dr. for the word. I would really pray that if everyone who is listening to this is a Kenyan and you love this Kenya very much, I know everyone knows the truth inside of them. Those people who are following, if you're following the wrong person and you know you're following the wrong person because you know he's using tricks, please think about yourself, your children, and the generation that is going to come. Think about the people who, your elders, how you're going to take care of them if you become a thief, if you become a liar, if you become cunning. I would really urge Kenyans to remember, like you asked, Dr. You asked if I go to church, and you asked everybody else if they go to church. I'm a church school girl. Sunday school. I went to Sunday school. Please, everyone, remember what you learned in Sunday school when you had a pure heart, when your heart was not corrupted. Do the right thing for yourself and for your people. That is all I could say. I can say, Dr. I submit.
Yes, Dr. Muted.
Yeah, go ahead. Marine, you finished?
Yeah, Marlin is done.
Yeah, go ahead. I told you that we are co-presenters. I was waiting for you to jump in. You're always coming 15 minutes late, 7. Thank you.
Yeah,
jump in. Not you. Let's have graduate.
Oh, okay.
Yes, my parting shots. As we're heading the election, my urge to Kenyans, let us have one language. And the language and the utterances we should be having should be the word peace and harmony. We need the unity as Kenyans. And again, we are Kenyans and we should never forget we're also Africans. It doesn't matter from wherever you're coming from, whether you're coming from Ghana, Uganda, Tanzania, we are all Africans. We are under one God. So I mean, we should embrace peace and unity. And also, as we are into Easter season, I'm wishing everybody a happy Easter. Remember Christ. I mean, let us have a pure heart as those of kids. And blessed Easter, those who are going up country. I wish you Johnny Masses. I submit.
Thank you, Johnny Masses, without fuel. People are stuck here. There's no fuel. Johnny Masses, I can see Marine is on the steering today. She's driving.
But Doc, yesterday, I heard the PS said that from today henceforth, even the smallest petrol station will be having fuel. So let's wait and see. And today can't see many complaints, most on the fuel. Since I've from Githurai to Riri, I can see the fuel stations are working normally.
Yes, they are.
They are working. Is there fuel?
Yes, there's fuel. Actually, fuel is destroyed, but there's fuel. There's no shortage anymore longer.
Is there fuel? So I can fill 10 of my cars and I go?
Yes, you can refill your 20 cars, Range Rovers, and go. You can.
No, I have only one. which was paid, which I was bought with my own money.
Yes.
Not
yes, you can fuel
money.
it. You can fuel it now comfortably.
Not stolen money, please. Please.
Please, KRA.
Yeah.
Doc is deep state.
Yes.
He's well protected.
So thank you very much. Now, finally, I just want to say, Songa, your parting shot, then I make my remarks.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Matsanga, and it has been a really pleasure for me to actually be able to be on the panel this particular Good Friday. And I hope as we even look towards Easter, let the death, the resurrection of Christ also come with light and come with good tidings, not only for us individually, but even for this country and the people of the Republic of Kenya. We hope that the chaos we've been seeing, we hope that the heightened political tensions that have been around the country will be able to be brought under control. And just like my co-panelists, I hope that we are gonna face the August polls with more sober mind and more conscience that this country shall remain, but elections will always come and go. And therefore, there's need to maintain peace. And there's also need for Kenyans to actually exercise their democratic right to elect leaders who are of integrity and not just any other leader. And you mentioned something very quintessential, which I would really like to anchor my parting shot on, that the last exercise that Jesus Christ did was to clean the temple of money launderers, of money changers and thugs who are doing illegal business into the house of God. I would really want the Kenyan people to reflect and embody the same spirit by cleaning our country from thieves, knaves, and people who are so much glued to impunity, so that in the next dispensation, we do not have people who can run away with damn money. We cannot have people who plunder the county, the county coffers, and people who strike deals in their offices, whereas they have been given mandate to serve the people of the Republic of Kenya. So all in all, Dr. Matsanga, I look forward to a very, very brighter days ahead, and I expect that Kenyans will do us justice by electing out all these corrupt leaders that have been insulting people around the corner. These people who have been moving around with laundered money, and people who have not been working for the people of the Republic of Kenya. I submit.
Thank you very much. This is my takeaway. A lot has been said about the electoral systems of Africa. Electoral systems are supposed to be ingredients of democracy, to serve democracy, to serve the right of the people to choose, to associate, to assemble, and above all, to create harmony in states that were once ruled by dictators. Dictatorship comes in all forms. Creation of dictatorship can be seen from very many angles. Another way of creating dictatorship is creating what we call negotiated democracy. Negotiated democracy does not build democracy itself, but it destroys democracy because you put people in class struggle, that this is better than you, therefore go for this which is better than us and good for us all. That is not the type of democracy that Aristotle, Plato, Socrates. If you read the book of the Plato Republic, you will not find anywhere where they proposed any negotiated democracy. But they proposed a democracy of transparency, of which you can use stones, you can use trees, you can use sticks to count in a format of transparency. The nature of negotiated democracy can produce very many independent MPs in the next cabinet, in the next governance, in the next government that is coming. Whoever is going to form the next government, which I believe Raila Odinga will form, must guard against negotiated democracy. Negotiated democracy destroys the very basic of what democratic norms are. What are the tenets of democracy, therefore? It's freedom of movement, association, assembly, and a choice. But you are killing a choice. If you kill the choice of the people, is why you can see the voter apathy, the turn up was not the same like it was in the Rift Valley, in Eldoret, in Kapsabret. The turn up in the mountain was not, because that's not the choice of the people. Those are the choice of individuals. Because when you give direct negotiated democracy to some people, you are giving medicine to others who will say, I am better than the other one. You went through elections, I did not. So negotiated democracy is always the center, the epic center of the troubles that we see in our institutions. For me, on this great Friday, the day when Jesus Christ was handed over to Pontius Pilate, and Pontius Pilate sent Jesus Christ to Herod, and Herod sent back Jesus to Pontius Pilate for summary. I also wash off my hands. I wash off my hands in the sense that time and time again I've said elections in Kenya always bring chaos. It is not out of vain, but the way this election has been prepared, arranged, organized, logistically equipped, has not pleased me. I therefore ask the people of Kenya to take heart and vote peacefully, despite the fact that the elections, the arrangements were not adequate. I submit and I thank you all. I wish you a good Friday. Good Friday is a good one for all of you who are Christians. At 3 p.m., the sky, the clouds will change. And I want any of you, especially Gladiator and the Marine will disappear in Naivasha. Songa, call me at 3 p.m. exactly, and Gladwell, you will see that what I told you is correct.
Yeah.
The sky will change.
I will not disappear. I will call.
Thank you. If you call, that is okay. If you don't call, I wish you a good weekend. We see each other on Sunday, 2 p.m. when Wesonga will be hosting us live from the studios. And I will be live from the Political Command Center in Mombasa, where I am. God bless you. God bless all of you. I will talk to you, Gladwell. God bless you. Continue with the good work, Paul Onyango. We are going to speak in a few minutes, not the usual speak, but today is a Good Friday. You can't lie. I can't lie, so I always forget. So I will speak to you shortly. Or you will see a message from a man by name Moses shortly. Yes. Thank you very much. God bless all of you. And keep it going until God. That's it. That's all I can say. Enjoy. Don't drive too fast. I can see some people are driving on steering. Marine is on the steering. We need you back here. Wesonga, your machine. I don't know where you are heading to today. It is Machakos.
Home like you, Doc. I'm just in the house like you.
You better come to Mombasa then.
Yes, I'll think about that.
You can see I'm about to enjoy the sunshine now.
Yes.
In Mombasa, me.
Yes.
I've lived in Mombasa.
You can see I'm going to enjoy my sunshine. On this side, it's all different. You see. So thank you very much. I'm gone to the sea, but I don't.